Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it. Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. Thanks, everyone, for listening to the Sex with Emily show. I love being able to help you have the sex life and relationships you deserve, and I want to give you the best show possible, and I appreciate you supporting our sponsors who help keep this show free. So have you ever heard of a massage candle? Well, it looks like a regular candle, but it instantly turns into massage oil. And you know, massage gets your partner in the mood, and the warm, luxurious oil feels amazing when you pour it on yourself or your partner. It's a secret weapon in the bedroom if you want to spice things up, get your partner in the mood, and have incredible sex. The feedback has been outstanding from one of my listeners. Dear Emily, I bought a candle. My girlfriend was skeptical at first, but agreed to try the warm oil on me first and gave me a back rub. Then I reciprocated, and we had amazing sex. She cannot stop talking about how good the candle smells, how great the massage oil feels, and I'm convinced that the scent and the candle helped us through some of the barriers to sex that we faced lately. So I created these candles so you can have the best sex of your life. Go to emilyandtony.com, use code Emily for 20% off. That's emilyandtony.com, use code Emily.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com where you can check out our podcasts, sign up for our mailing list, which you absolutely should do because I actually give really good email. Like some people send you really bad emails, spam, you get off their list. People actually love my emails. They're informative, they're entertaining. Sign up for the mailing list. Also, our podcasts. You can listen to them on the site, you can download them, but you could also just as easily subscribe on iTunes and never miss an episode again because I do 2 weeks. Why are you laughing at me, Anderson? Laughing with me or at me?
Did you hear what you said?
What'd I
about
say?
your emails?
What?
I give really good emails.
It's true. I meant it that way.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah,
good.
I give really good email. I give good email.
Do you receive good email too?
No, I don't. All my email sucks, but I really give good email.
You don't receive good email?
No, email is annoying.
You're telling
to
people
me.
not to
I'm
send
kidding.
emails
Send me
back.
emails.
Okay.
No, I love my feedback at Sex with Emily
Because I
emails.
love giving email.
Feedback at Sex with Emily is where I love those. People send me amazing emails and I answer their questions as I will on this show. How are you doing, Anderson?
I'm fantastic.
It's great to see you.
I miss my M.
I miss you too. It's been a long time.
It's been 2 weeks, which is too long.
For us, that's a long time. I feel like separated.
My wife's been happy, though.
Why? Why?
Because she hasn't been hearing me say, all right, honey, gotta leave, going to do Sex with Emily.
It doesn't go over so well. I understand. Well, I'm excited for tonight's show. I really, really am, because I have a few special guests, but my most important special guest here is Coyote from Good Vibrations. So I need to give you, she is a...
You just heard our guests in here, by the way, by saying that, but it's okay.
Oh, no. I mean, like, they're special too, but, like, I didn't mean that. Sorry, Ken.
They're giving you the business now.
I was a stumble. They're special too. It seems cliche. Okay, listen. You're all special, people. Just settle down. Coyote, though, is because this is what I got to tell you. So you guys know how I'm always talking about, if you've been listening to the show for the last 8 years or 2 years or 3 years, I've always talked about Good Vibrations. Like, go to goodvibes.com, buy your toys, buy everything there. But I don't think that you actually know, like, that I have a very deep personal connection with Good Vibes. And Coyote is actually the she's the purchasing manager at Good Vibes for more than 11 years. So she knows a lot about toys. We're going to get into trying, testing, developing toys, the best toys. That's what you do. You develop and test them. But we're going to talk about some of the latest and greatest inventions on the market, how people can bring toys into their relationships, amazing things that we've seen in the sex toy world. But I just wanted to explain to you all my connection, because I think this is the perfect time, is that when I was coming into my own sexuality, when I moved to San Francisco when I was 22 years old, there was a sex toy store in Michigan. It was like off the side of the road. It was super sketchy. It was, scary. You didn't really want to go. There was like blinking lights and weird. And I think one time we all went, like, as a joke, was like a bunch of, men in there. And it just wasn't our kind of place. But I moved to San Francisco, and I don't think I had ever had an orgasm. I'm trying to think. Maybe one I thought I had, but it wasn't readily coming. So no pun intended. So I went into Good Vibrations because I heard about it. And Good Vibrations is a sex positive store, and everyone just talked about what this amazing place was. So I figured I got to check it out. So I walked in, and I'm nervous because I'm talking to them about, like, how do I talk about my orgasm? And it was the most warm, loving, disarming experience, because everyone who works at Good Vibes is just so well trained, educational, knowledgeable. It's beautiful stores, and they help you with and it's like, matter of fact, it's like, I'll have extra, I'll have coffee and a sandwich. It's like, you're talking about that, but it's like, no, I have a G-spot, I want this, that, and it was just so comfortable. And I just fell in love with Good Vibes ever since. And I think it's a great store and does good work, and it's sex positive, and it's just always carries the best products. And I love that Coyote's here. And she was on my show first 8 years ago, like the first year I started my show.
Yeah, that's insane. It was so long ago.
I know. And I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for being in Los Angeles. So that's my story with Good Vibes. They just wanted the background. But of course, you go to goodvibes.com, as I always talk about. And if you're ever in San Francisco, Boston, Palo Alto, where are the other stores? Berkeley, Oakland. You got to just check out the store. But of course, goodvibes.com, take care of all your needs. So also, I have to mention that I am doing a Twitter chat every Wednesday, 12:30 to 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. If you tweet me at Sex with Emily and hashtag Ask Emily, I answer all of your questions between 12:30 and 1 on Twitter. And it's very popular, and I've been helping people and changing them. Anderson.
How do you pick? Because I would think that the stream would get pretty involved.
It does. I'm fast, though. I'm like, God, great. I only have like 140 characters. Like, I can do that. I'm actually better at that than answering like a long email.
And then does an alarm go off right at 12:30 or right at 1 o'clock when it ends? And you just slam it
No,
shut?
but I don't. The thing is, I'm like, but he wants to know what to do with his penis thing, and he's having issues. I got to help him.
Yeah,
so I actually
you
go
always
over a
go
few
long,
minutes.
right? Yeah.
But I shouldn't say that, because I don't want people to be like, at 1:15, she didn't answer me. But I
how
try
much?
to put up at 1.
How much of it's inappropriate though? Like, shows your tits, Em.
You know what? It's funny that you say that. There was one. It's not that inappropriate. There's one guy's like, when can we have sex? Like, I ignore that one. But most of them were like real questions.
I wonder if that's the guy that wants to buy you a car from Detroit. Isn't he from
Oh
Detroit?
my God! Did I mention this on last week's show?
I wasn't here last week.
I mean,
Neither were you.
no. This happened in the meantime. Lauren, have I mentioned this on the show yet? I didn't? Okay, so if you are listening a few weeks ago, my brother was on the show, and there was a guy that called in, because we take callers sometimes in the show, and he lives in Michigan, and he said that he wants to buy me first he wants to buy me a car. He's already called in before, and then he wants to marry me, and he wants to be with me, and he was very earnest and serious, and my brother said, well, what's your, because my brother is a money grubbing.
He's very into money, her brother.
He's like, send me your bank statement.
But what kind of car?
I don't I haven't asked. See, that's so me. I'm not that material. I said, I don't even know.
I'm picturing
kind of car.
wood on the side.
Oh God, no! It's Michigan. It's a be American car. And then here's the thing. He wrote my brother an email the next day and was like this. And I'm gonna read it on another show because I've got Coyote business to take care of. But it was the most like, and he's like, I really want to be with your sister, and I'll send you the bank statement if you still need it, and I'm serious about it. And it was just like really sweet. And I'm like, Michael, this guy thinks you need. Tell him you're joking and that I'm a lesbian or something. I don't know what to say, but it was a very heartfelt email.
The guy listens to the show, Emily.
Jesus.
Every show.
I forgot. I love you.
Say hi to him.
Hi, and I love the the show. I really do. I'm just kidding. But don't send my brother your bank statement. He was only kidding. And I think you're awesome. And I'm not a lesbian. And I just you're in Michigan and I'm here. And I think that will really be a challenge for our relationship.
There's always Skype and FaceTime, Emily. You should
We
give
could
it a
Skype
shot.
though. We could Skype. I'm not ruling you out. I just thought it was sweet that you wrote my brother that email and it was very nice. Okay. What the fuck? Jesus. Coyote.
Yes. Hello.
Maybe not this one though.
I don't have a car for you.
It's okay, but it was very nice. And then I'm like, well, stop talking about the car. Just buy me the car already. No, I didn't really say that. Okay, Coyote.
Yes.
I feel like you're my dealer, in a way. Oh. Like all the toys that you guys hear me talk about over the years is because Coyote is the one at the other end who's like, you got to try this, you got to try that. Yeah. She tells me like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a conversation once where I had to ask you like kind of really personal questions because I'm like, hey, Emily, do you do it up the butt? And like,
right.
Are you into this and are you
Anal
into
toys,
that? Yeah,
right.
yeah. I
and
mean,
I've evolved though.
Yeah.
I think also.
Well, and also it's like super intimate.
It's
kind of
intimate.
funny. Yeah,
we've gotten into it. Well, it's our business.
Well, so on the first time I ever went on your radio show, I feel like we have to talk about this
because
it was so bizarre. I had been on radio shows before because my mom used to do radio, et cetera, but I'd never talked about what I was doing, like buying sex toys or selling sex toys or using sex toys or whatever. And so I brought a bunch to your radio show.
Right.
And like,
which
it was
like
so
CBS
awkward.
Radio,
right. Because we're just sitting here like looking at a table full of toys and having to talk about them. And it was super odd. But I brought this one called the Cone. And it was huge. It was like a huge triangle that you're supposed to sit on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
it was
remember
awesome.
that.
I feel like it was a really good intro for me.
It was. It was like, it was the cone and it was something. Whatever happened to that cone? It was like glowed in the dark too or something? You sat on it?
You definitely sat on it. And they had this whole booklet with like all these different positions that you could sit on, like with your legs crossed and really elaborate. Like they really committed. I feel like the success of any product can be determined by how much the makers of that product commit to it. Because if you're going to make a triangle,
right,
you have to really commit to the notion that that's going to be a great sex toy, and you have to really convince people how to do it. And I feel like they committed.
Is it still around though?
No.
No, they didn't commit that much. But how did you get started then in this industry?
So, I was moving to the Bay Area, and I had a friend. I've had friends throughout my life and people throughout my life who have known Good Vibrations or worked at Good Vibrations or been in the larger sex industry. And when I was moving to the Bay Area, I was moving there to follow a whole different path of life. I was going to be a stage manager, a union stage manager for a theater company. And in the meantime, a friend of mine was like, whoa, you need a job. The Bay Area is not little Portland, Oregon. You can't live on $300 a month. And so they kind of got me in as a temp. And so I was working as a temp. And in the meantime, I was, putting out my resume for theater and this and that. And I really just completely head over heels fell in love with the mission of the company.
Talk about the mission for a second, too, after you...
Well, mission. So, I mean, essentially our mission is that pleasure is your birthright and that everyone should have access to non-judgmental, accurate sex information and pleasure products. Toys are going to, sex toys, safer sex products. And we want people to come in and we want to revolutionize their sex life and help their intimacy, and give them all the tools they need to have a just amazing sex life, whether it's with themselves, with a partner, with a new partner, with a 25-year partner. Right. So I just fell in love with that. And, I was on the phones talking to people and I was doing customer service and these people were calling from all over the world with totally different, I'm a 60-year-old divorcee. I'm a 20-year-old. I've never had an orgasm. And it was just amazing because through the resources that I had at Good Vibrations, whether it was our own website, our shopping guides, our information, and the education that I got to be trained to work there, it was incredible. You were just touching people's lives and changing their lives and helping them really get in touch with their sexual selves, and it's powerful. Yeah. I mean, it really was. It
really is. It's it's important, the work. Like there's not other stores like that I've ever come across. So that's how you got started. It was a temp thing, and
yeah,
now you're still there
temping,
11
and
years
then
later.
I did sales, and then I worked my way into the buying department, and just
That's a good. That doesn't everyone want to be the buyer? I would think
They do, yeah.
they'd be like
I feel
knocking
like
you out
there's
of
a
the
total
way.
hit
Like,
list
I
on
think,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I
totally.
really like. Who doesn't want? Right, it's the best job ever. So what do you think that that you've learned by doing this job? Like, do you think that your own, like when you started and where you are now, your own sex life by being there and like trying all the different toys, or were you always pretty open?
I feel like I had my own evolution, oddly enough, through reading books that were written by people who either work at Good Vibrations now or have in the past. Carol Queen, Pat Califia, Susie Bright. By reading these people's writing, it actually helped me move into my own sexual sphere.
Right.
And then, obviously having access to such a huge amount of sex education and really the non-judgmental and shame-free.
Right.
I mean, those are the pieces that I felt personally impacted me, is really striving to live in that sex positive world, whether it's about me and my own sexuality or somebody else's, and the whole, it's just to dumb it down. It's like the don't yuck my yum, and how to walk through the world like that. And I don't know that I'm there yet, but I really strive every day to be more sex positive, because I think if we all had less judgment in our lives and really promoted people just living their true sexual selves, this world would be really amazing.
Right. Well, you're right. That's what we're trying to do here. I just like no judgment, right? And it's like people always want to know, am I normal? Is it okay? I mean, those are the times. It's like you're fine. It's like people we both have the same mission.
And I think it's really important. I think it's important to understand that, all these products come out. There's all these amazing products every year that come into the market.
That's what we got to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. And what might be your favorite might not do it for me.
Exactly.
And that's so great because, you have girlfriends and, oh my gosh, you have to try this product. I love this product. It was the best for me. And then it's like, oh, well, it didn't really work for me.
Right.
And so
we're all different.
Yeah, we're all different.
And so that's exactly it. There's so many. So how do you, because you're the test, are you the only one testing?
No. I rely a lot on the people in my company because I don't believe that it should just be one person.
Right,
no,
because
exactly.
That's exactly what we're saying.
Yeah.
You'd just be on.
And I do the product development too, and it's the same way. It's all sex educators who we look at the toys, we look at the DVDs, the books, everything, and we kind of do the best we can to say, will this, influence? Like, will this be good for our customers? Will it impact their sex lives? Will it enhance their sex lives? Does this product do what it says it's going to do?
Right. Okay. And so I want to get into like some of there's thousands of products, right, that come out every year. I mean, and everyone's probably hitting you up, right? And can you tell right away when they come in, you're like, yes, no, yes, or do you just like kind of have to try them all?
I feel like, so I've been doing the actual buying for a little over 9 years, and I feel like it's kind of like exercising,
right.
Like when you first go into the gym and you're exercising and you're like, oh, I don't really know how to do that. And that yoga stance is really weird.
Right.
And that's how it was in the beginning, where I really felt like I had to do this crazy amount of due diligence on each and every product. But because there are so many products released every year, not all of them are feats of engineering.
Right.
Not all of them are something so unique. Some of them are just a variation on a theme. And I feel like I have a pretty good grasp at this point on if a product is going to do what it claims to do and if it's going to be enjoyable for people. And then I'm wrong sometimes. And it's always super interesting to me when I pick up a product and it doesn't do well and I'm like, oh, I had faith in you. Why didn't people like you?
Exactly, because you're like making the decision. So what would you say like in the what are some trends right now that you're seeing? What do you see happening with sex toys?
Well, I think there's a few. I mean, we're definitely, it's a interesting, strange time. The last 10 years have been interesting in the industry in terms of products being released, but we're definitely seeing a lot more quality products hit the market straight out.
Like they're quality right away.
They're just quality right away. And we're seeing so many new brands come out, which is really overwhelming for me and for companies like mine that, we don't have 50,000 square feet that we can fill. We're not a Walmart of sex toys. We have a curated selection of really the best of what's out there.
That's why I always talk about Gavaz, because it's going to be a good product. They don't sell like the schlocky stuff that you shouldn't buy.
We really try to
all
vet.
Like body safe and
and we want to vet it because if you go into a department store that has like 26 of the same exact product, how do you tell?
Right.
You're not going to break them all out of the packaging and test them, and we've done that for you. And so we want to, everything that's on our shelves, we've already vetted. And so it is really hard because a lot of the brands that are coming that are new to the industry, or a lot of the products being launched, they are already quality. And so, I mean, trends, you definitely have good materials. You have
They're all like good material. They're all what material?
A lot. Silicone, ABS plastic, just a nice hard plastic. You have some with really nice velvet coatings. They just feel better in your hands.
They do.
You
So
know?
in 10 years, it's true. Like all those old plastic ones that were bad for you. I mean, it's just changed with the porn stars on the box. Nothing wrong with porn stars, but
Packaging has
the
absolutely
packaging,
changed. Oh, absolutely.
It's a whole new thing.
Why were they bad for you? Were they like leaching?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's so interesting because, it's like chemically speaking, I'm not a chemist, but essentially there were some materials that they hold bacteria in. And so you'd use them once. And if you didn't use them with a barrier, they would kind of fill up with bacteria. And then you're just reintroducing that bacteria to sensitive areas.
That's like the loneliest STD.
It's the loneliest STD on the planet. You're so right, Anderson.
It's just not a clean toy.
So yeah, they're all so they're great now. So I don't even like.
Well, I think it's marketing. I mean, I think we're seeing a lot more products that are being marketed out of the gate for couples, and they're acknowledging now that it's not just, lonely person using a sex toy alone crying into their bed. It's like a couple who wants to have amazing sex, or a single individual who wants to have amazing sex with themselves, but it's positive. It's affirmative. It's not shaming, it's shameful you're buying this. It's actually amazing you're buying this. And like, we're so glad you're buying this. And so the marketing and the quality and the functionality, I think we're seeing functionality that is just so advanced.
Right, exactly.
Even on items that, as just an example, the Rabbit Habit was just re-released, and this is the iconic twice as nice vibrator.
I can't believe how great it is.
Yeah, it's a great vibrator. And Sex in the City, I mean, since that episode,
if you still have the one from Sex and the City, you should throw it out.
Yeah, it's time to get a new one.
Yeah.
But they've just keep going back to this iconic, great item, and they keep making it better and better and better. And now they've improved the battery pack and the strength, and so it's just one of those things that you see this product that's been around forever, and it's been made better and better and better.
Right.
And I love that. I love companies that go back to iconic, great designs and then just keep making them better.
Exactly, you're right, and it's the new Rabbit Habit. I've talked about that recently, and I was just so impressed. I got rid of my old one. I did it, so you should all, what did everyone do with all the old rabbits everywhere, littering the streets? Don't throw it in the trash. I mean, don't throw it on the street. But okay, so what about the other? I was thinking about the other brands of toys that we've talked about that we like what. So we got the rabbits, the whole family of rabbits.
The whole family of rabbits.
That's like a G-spot. So if you don't know, it's like a G-spot and clitoral.
Yeah, and for some of them are going to be more for G-spot, and some are just going to be internal. So you're going to have like dual sensations. You're going to have internal and external, either vaginal or G-spot and clitoral. And it's a little bit like, for some people, it's like rubbing your stomach and patting your head. It's like way too complicated. But for other people, it's that right combination of in and out.
That's why, exactly. You just got to try it out. And the thing that I like about the Rabbit Habit is that you can turn off the outside, or just use the outside, or just use the inside. So let's talk about that, though, because I do think, since I believe it was, since I've started this in the last 8 years, and you've probably seen this in the last 11, that there was like some study that came out. I think it was probably about 3 years ago now that said like over 50% of all women in America have owned a sex toy. And of those 50%, 75% use with their partner. And so I just do think that it is becoming more acceptable. We still have the people who, they're men who are offended by other partners, are like, that's going to replace me.
And I think that's communication and
changing.
education. It is changing. I mean, I think you have a lot more media are talking about vibrators. You have television shows that have vibrators, whether it's Cougar Town or that New Jersey
and they're so
show,
discreet,
but yeah,
and they're so discreet now too. It's like it's not like this big scary thing. So let's talk about like if someone. I always get asked these questions, like Emily, like I've never. Oh, I'm actually going to jump to an email from a listener right now that we can help answer. So, dear Emily, I love the show, and I'm taking your advice on introducing sex toys into the bedroom with my wife. So, I told her that I wanted to visit a sex shop and pick out some toys, and she said, "Who are you, and what did you do with my husband? What toys do you think we should try first?" This is from Adam. So what would you say? He wants to, like, I get this all the time from men and women. They want to start out. They don't know how to introduce it. Like, I mean, I would say like go to Good Vibes, peruse. You could look for couple toys, but it depends. I mean, a couple's toy doesn't necessarily just have to be the We Vibe. Like, what would you suggest to Adam?
Well, everyone is so individual. And so what I always suggest is, especially when people are coming in our stores, but if they can't come into our stores and they're going on the website, Sure. Look at, couples toys in terms of very typical, like the We Vibe, which, it goes inside the vagina and stimulates the clitoris, and then the partner can penetrate beneath the product.
You can wear it while you're having sex.
You can wear it, yeah, exactly. But I also think that it can be really sexy for couples to like have a partner hold a clitoral vibrator for their partner while they're either engaging in oral sex or penetrating with fingers or penetrating with their penis. Like, I feel like that type of connection, especially if they haven't used toys together, it's really great to get something that's more interactive. Either it can be a vibrating penis ring, something that he wears and then stimulates them both during penetration.
Right. Oh, the penis rings with the vibration.
Yeah.
Right. Which one do you love right now?
Oh, God, there's so many. But I really, I am a fan of the Mio by Jeju. And I have to say, I do love the Screaming O-rings. I think they're so great because they allow people to experiment without kind of sinking in substantial financial.
Exactly. That's true. Screaming O ones, you're right, because they last for, 40 minutes or
sure. And there's even some that have reusable
batteries, right?
Yeah, exactly. But once you know what you like and, I really like this, well, great. Then you buy one that's like a little bit more durable and longer lasting because you don't want to keep going. Yeah,
no,
it's
you don't true. It's expensive to go in. So that would be a good one. So, and I love what you said that, like holding the, like I think that a lot of people who are, let's say like heterosexual couples, men's never had a used a vibrator. I think that men get a thrill. They don't realize this, but it's not a big, huge penis. Doesn't like your own. It's a little clitoris. It's going to help you get you're going to see how much you holding that against her could make her feel so good. You're in control of it, and it feels like it's gonna make you feel good that she's feeling good, and men also don't realize that if they take that and she can also use it on him. Men like the vibrations on their balls too sometimes on their penis.
And that's the thing is that sex toys, vibrators, they don't have to be you or me.
Right.
It can be. I mean, how thrilling is it to watch your partner become aroused and have an orgasm, and that whole process can really be from you holding a vibrator on your partner, or vice versa. We have this fantastic penis toy that called the Pulse, and it has this oscillating pad that like stimulates the area under the head of the penis, and it's not necessarily something that he has to use alone. She can use it, a partner can hold it, like anyone can hold that product, and so it becomes another way to, I mean, I don't want to make it sound all heavy, but it can be a power thing, or like, hey, I'm holding your pleasure, I'm the one who's giving this to you, I'm holding the vibrator, and so I'm bringing this pleasure to you, and we're connecting.
Exactly. And you really are connecting. It's not like this disjointed, disconnected experience when you are holding. I just am always trying to and I love that Adam's doing this for his wife, but there's still a lot of women, too, of shame around her. They don't want to share it. And I think once you just have the conversation and you start doing it, I've never heard anyone complain. Like, I've never gotten the email, we use sex toys, and I'm really upset about it. It really ruined our relationship.
Absolutely.
Ever.
It's always the fear
It's always the fear before. And I just realized that. Like, no one's ever been like, we use toys and I'm pissed off. It's ruined our sex life. It's like, oh my God, what can we do next?
Well, and that's about sex negativity and shame as well, because we think that it's, it has to be the body part, put those together and ta-da, fireworks. But that's not really how it is. And and we're not really taught to take our time and to just have fun and frolic around and experiment. And I like to, sex-experiments. Like, I love sex-experimentation. Like, how does this feel on you? How does it feel on you?
Exactly.
Let's have a long,
it's
slow
like makes it fun.
fuck.
It's not like it's an alternative. It's adding to your relationship, to the spice, to the sex life. Like, that's what I think what a lot of people don't understand, which I try to tell them all the time. So that would be some good places for him to start. Okay,
absolutely.
So
go
like
for it,
a
Adam.
break, do it, Adam. Okay, and then what about going back to just like clitoral vibrators, like let's say starting out for a woman who has never bought anything before, what would you say?
Yeah, for first time clitoral. I mean,
I always think like the bullet or the pocket rocket.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have this little bullet called the Pleasurette. That's just like a little clitoral vibe. It's super cute, discreet, small. Couple speeds on it.
Right. It's really speedy and good, I think.
Yeah, it's great.
The Pleasurette. Okay.
Yeah, and I like to recommend that as a entry level, because once you get that, then you can kind of, I really like that. Oh, mama loves this. Let's move on to one, again, that's a little bit more expensive, might last a little longer. If you spend $20, you're getting $20 worth. If you spend $80, you're getting $80 worth.
Right.
So, if you haven't used a product before, start with that entry level and then move into something that might be longer lasting. You don't have to replace something that's rechargeable.
Exactly.
there's lots of great products. You know, there's the girls from Vibratex,
The girls,
which are super cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They come in a little pink zipper pouch.
Yeah, I love them. I think it's just like a complete package, and they're rechargeable, which is so nice.
I know, like charge them on your laptop.
Yeah.
Which we do all the time at work. I think in most workplaces you might not want to do that, but
Right, depending.
no, the girls are adorable and they're great gifts too. I would
Yes,
think that they're
yes,
just their
yes.
clitoral vibrators, but they're all different. They're pink and white and they're
I
cute.
love them.
I know.
And I also really like the Tango by Levi because it's super strong. And
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I want. Okay, Coyote.
Yeah.
I want that on my list.
Okay, is
I
that
want
one?
one. Write
Okay,
it down.
yeah, got it.
See, she's my dealer.
That's right.
Okay, so
I got that for you, Mama.
what would you? I love it. You're on top of it. So, is there anything that you? Okay, so we got clitoral. What about Let's get into a little bit of like anal toys, like the for men and for women.
Yeah.
Male prostate. We always talk about, that guys should just take a gander, experiment if they haven't, if they want to, if it's their thing.
Well, I
but
feel
there's
like
also
there's health. I mean, you can't
It's
talk
right.
like this industry. It's always hard to talk about the health
Right.
parts, but I think it's pretty acknowledged that prostate stimulation is healthy for men who have prostates, and I think that I would always recommend something slender and small, like a Narrows product to kind of try it out. And once you, because I feel like you want to ease yourself into it. And then once you do, you can get something like the Black Pearl that vibrates and is really strong and is going to kind of heighten that sensation,
really
you know?
cool, right.
And I feel like that heightened sensation is something that you might want to do after you've done some experimentation and said, oh yeah, this feels
so it's
great.
all like taking this path, like starting. You don't want to like get maybe the vibrating anal toy if you've never done it, but
I mean, you could, because the nice thing about vibrating anything is you don't have to turn it on.
right. You don't mean you have to turn it on.
You don't have to turn it on. You can insert the Black Pearl, which is super
I see.
slender.
Oh, right. You don't have to make it right.
Right. And then you can say, oh,
totally
this
get
is a
it.
perfect fit for me. I really love how this feels. Let's try some vibration now. I mean, the best thing with, like, the most important thing with any type of anal play, and especially for people who, again, you're having to move through some social stigmas, you're going to have to move through some self-shame potentially, is take it slow, have fun, try it out, and use lube.
Okay, use lube. Great. When we come back, we're going to talk about lube, and we're also going to have our other amazing special guests come in. But first, a word from our sponsors here. Again, everyone, thanks for supporting our show and listening, our sponsors, and listening to the show. I have to tell you about Promescent. Did you know 1 in 3 men suffers from premature ejaculation? But now you don't have to, because Promescent is a quickly absorbing delay spray that allows you to have the sex you want. You can focus on your partner's hot body, especially now that you have the time to make them orgasm. Also, Promescent closes the arousal gap between men and women. You might get there faster than she would like. So it's not even if you're like a premature ejaculator, maybe you just want to last double the time. So Promescent helps you last twice as long. Thousands of urologists are recommending Promescent, the only FDA-approved treatment for premature ejaculation. Go to promescent.com to find out more. That's Promescent. It's not rising to the top. That's a challenge. It's staying there. And also, I need to tell you about Good Vibes. One of the reasons you're able to listen to us is because of the incredible people at goodvibes.com. They carry all the best toys. Get the Vibratex Dahlia. That's another new one, Coyote, we didn't talk about. 20% off when you use coupon code Emily. You can also get the strongest, most orgasmic vibrator of all time, the Magic Wand. Go to SEXwithEmily.com. Click on the Good Vibrations banner and see my favorite toys, because you know that I've tried them all. Use coupon code GVEmily20. That's GVEmily20. And that's what I got to say about that. So we've been joined here by some other guests, really special guests. I didn't mean that you guys weren't special guests as well. Really.
I know.
I was just starting the show, and
when we were late. I appreciate
you were
that.
late. I'm glad you guys are here.
Because
Hi.
of me. Hi, I'm Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Hi.
So nice to see you. And Ken and Haley. Okay. Ooh, they're here to talk about something very, very special, a new thing that we're embarking on, all of us here together. So let's talk about it. So from Bocce Lingerie, and they have these amazing, let me see some of them. Tell me about this new line, the Dreams line. Okay. Ooh, these are so sexy.
These are hosiery items from our Dreams collection, which has been around for a while, but this is the first time we're releasing companion hosiery to the costumes.
Okay.
Dreams is the costumes line that Bocce puts out.
I love you want all the costumes, yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
And we'll be the other dealer.
Okay.
And this is the first time that the companion hosiery has been released to market.
Okay, got it. So that's okay, right. So this is the first time, and then so people can get the costumes or just wear the hosiery because they're super sexy. Wear it under your like day-to-day clothes. So, and tell me about what's your favorite one in here, Haley? Do you wear them? all the time? Every day? Are you wearing them now?
All the time. No, not
It's
today,
kind of hot in LA right
yeah,
now,
it's
right?
too hot. But
Okay.
my favorite ones are the ones that go with the cop costume because they have little handcuffs, little metal handcuffs.
That's what I want.
I love those.
The one
I love that.
bring.
Love them.
You didn't bring the cop with the handcuffs?
I took 'em.
Call
Okay, so
Veronica.
everyone, so let's
Lauren,
talk
call
about.
Veronica. And we'll,
Let's talk about this this thing that we're doing together.
The
This
selfie-
contest, the selfie
selfie
contest. This
contest.
is such a cool idea. Okay, let's talk about it. Tell me the deals.
So
the details.
The premise. You sure you don't want to jump in on this? 'Cause
Oh,
I
he'll
might.
jump in.
I
Ken
might.
jumps in.
What are you saying?
he's so cute. I love Ken.
I love Ken too. I love Ken.
So
Hi, Ken.
the-
We're all in town because we're having a conference this weekend. So
Yeah.
all my friends are in town. Yeah.
Isn't that lucky?
It's a sex conference, and
Yes,
y'all
it
wish.
is.
I know you wish you could come, but you can't. Go ahead.
So we're calling it the Bocce Selfie Contest. The premise is that you put on a pair of hosiery stockings of your liking, and you wear them with your day-to-day clothing. And so it's up to you to kind of decide how much are you going to reveal and why. And
Okay.
the whole idea behind it, which I really love, is that you should be able to be who you want to be. And who I want to be Monday is not necessarily who I want to be Sunday.
Right.
And so these different stockings can really play up or play down to that whole thought or
Okay.
that fantasy.
So the selfie contest is really it's people are going to submit photos. So I
On
want my people
Facebook?
on Facebook.
Yes.
So they have to go. They go to bocce.com
Correct.
and pick out. They go to the Dreams,
Dreams
hosiery,
hosiery.
and they pick out a few. And what are the price points on these? They're
These are, gosh, you're putting me on the spot.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. But they're I mean,
Very
they're not going to break the
reasonable,
bank.
yeah.
Like
No.
you can still
They range based
But
on
they're
whether they have
sexy. And the
bows.
thing about
Yeah.
lingerie that I think is so like you feel sexy even if you're wearing it for yourself. Like that's the thing. The point is that you wear it yourself.
think, right, and I think for me, that's one of the important things. I heard Coyote talking about sex positive. Is that?
Yes.
I love that because the concept for me behind lingerie is it's for me.
Right.
I'm wearing it for me. If I'm choosing to share it with somebody, that's my choice.
Right.
If I want to go to work wearing, let's say, the naughty schoolgirl.
That's always a
stockings,
favorite. Oh, let me see those.
I
with the
can
seam in
wear
the back.
them with a pencil skirt or just a skirt,
Right.
and nobody they don't necessarily know what the real idea behind it is, but I do.
Right, and you
I
feel
can have
good.
fun
It makes
with
you
that.
right, exactly, and you feel sexy. And
Yep.
this is I love this with the seam. I'm
Yes.
taking all of these home.
They're
Okay, so
yours.
how do people enter the contest, and what do we tell them to do? Tell
Ken,
them.
that's on you.
Okay, so we'd like you to select the Dreams hosiery of your choice.
Okay.
Once you've got yourself into normal attire, we
Yes.
this is we want you to show how you're wearing it
You
for
take
yourself.
your selfie.
Take your
Right.
selfie, and you're going to go to the Bocce Facebook page, and there'll be a contest entry point right from there.
Okay.
You'll be able to submit the photo, and the cool thing
Whoever,
is the winning selection, which is going to be judged by our Facebook following,
Right.
and hopefully yours.
Yes,
and
ours. Well, my
the-
Facebook page is having challenges.
the
We'll
most
talk about that,
well
yeah.
we can talk about it after, so but the one that gets the most likes is going to win a $500 shopping spree on our site.
Oh, and you guys, your site is amazing. You guys have such beautiful things. Okay, so and we're launching this.
We can expect to launch it essentially as soon as this airs.
Okay, great.
People can start buying it online, and it's going to run through August.
Okay, that's fun. Like it's such a fun incentive, and even if you like have a partner, like have them take pictures. It's like they go online with your partner and be like, I think that would be really. I mean, because couples are always emailing me like, how do we spice things up? How do we make it interesting? Go to your website and start thinking what you book costume outfits, do role playing. It doesn't have to just be for the contest, but like buy some sexy things together.
Sure, you could also
Buy
just
a
do it
whole
with a group
ensemble.
of friends.
Yeah,
And go out
exactly.
for the night, wear your favorite pair, take selfies while you guys are out having fun or going to the movies or going out on a date. I mean, there's so many places you can do this and just have fun.
Exactly, because it does. It's true. Like when you're wearing like your good underwear and your good bod, your good thing, like you just feel sexier.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so your page, facebook.com/ Bocce. And this will all be on. I'll have all this information
and
as
they
well.
can access everything from bocce.com. There's links to
I think it's a great idea.
Media.
I can't wait to have these sexy people doing this contest.
It's going to be great.
It'll be great.
And we brought you plenty of stuff.
You did.
For the
My
team.
office is so excited for you to come. They
know.
really were excited. And we're gonna do some costumes with it too. We're gonna be entering as well. Myself and all the women in my office. We're going to be submitting many selfies.
That'll be cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
That'll
can't
be
wait.
cool.
Well, thank you guys. So it's bocce.com, BACI.
Correct.
And there'll be more information on my site, and we'll be talking about this for the next 6 weeks. And what's the final date? They have to submit?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the very end of August to be able to submit your photo. Obviously, the earlier you get your photo in, the more likes, the more chance of accumulating some likes. Unless it's really crazy on the last day of August and you win.
And you can get your friends to like you too, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. I can't wait. And we're going to be doing, we're going to start, now that we have them, we might have to do start tomorrow in my office.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun day.
You asked me if I'm going to enter the contest.
Yeah,
Ken, you should.
Right?
We don't
Do I need
discriminate.
to shave my legs? I mean, look at them.
We
I wore
it's
shorts.
probably better if you don't.
No.
Oh, you did? You're in LA, right?
No,
Nice
I
shorts.
didn't. I mean, well, maybe the dark
shorts.
ones would cover.
Whatever you're into, Ken. We don't judge.
Nope.
You can pick whatever you
that's
want.
That's the best part.
Okay, good. Well, thanks, guys. So I'm excited, and I'll be
you.
talking about this in weeks to come. We'll bring you new updates. We'll be highlighting stuff off on our page and stuff like that.
That's
So,
fantastic.
Thank you very much.
And thank you
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much.
Yeah, so fun. Good to see you.
Well, applause.
Applause for my very special guests. Okay, so we were talking about, going back to Coyote, we were talking about lube.
Oh, yeah.
We touched on lube before we went off on the
lube,
sponsor.
right,
so
right.
I would like to talk. I feel very strongly about lube. I just think that people don't understand the importance of using lube. That there's still a stigma in many people's minds attached with lube. That it's you bring it out if she's dry or there's discomfort or there's better get the lube. But lube actually enhances the experience sexually for women and men. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And when you're using a toy or just having sex, just add a little lube. It can make it a lot better. There's studies that show that 98% of women said it was better when they added, even if they're already wet.
Well, because there's already friction. You're having
Right.
friction with any type of sex play, whether it's external only or internal or with a toy.
Exactly.
And when you have friction, no matter how wet you were to begin with, you may not actually be able to sustain that. No matter what, everyone's body is different. What
Right.
time of the month is it for you? How old are you? What time of the day is it for you? What have you been
Exactly.
eating? Are you dehydrated? There's so many factors that can play into it. And so, the whole wetter is better is absolutely true. And why not have extra moistness and lube down in any area that you're playing in? Just to make it a more pleasurable, fun, wet, slippery experience.
Exactly. So which lubes do you recommend? I know there's so many.
There's so
It's
many. And,
hard.
we carry a lot of really great lubes. I really love the Please Cream. It's one of my favorites. Just because it's a water-based natural lubricant, but it has a drop of silicone in it, which just lets it stay a little bit slicker, a little bit longer. We don't carry a lot of lubricants with glycerin, which is an ingredient that actually helps it stay slicker longer.
Right.
And because of that, just because some folks have sensitivities to
Right.
it, I do like the ones with a little drop of silicone because it's
Right.
going to help.
Yeah,
And then, for anal play, which is why we brought up lube.
Oh, right. Back to the anal.
Gel is really
Right.
great. Some people like silicone just because, again, it stays very, very slick for a very, very long time. But any kind of extra cushiony gel is just great.
Okay.
And I just feel like, why not? Why not have it be
Exactly.
extra cushioned, extra slick, extra fun?
Right. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. I'm just try it. Try it out.
Yeah.
See if you like
and
it.
I do feel like there are people who are definitely like, ugh, I just really have enough. And I feel like that's great. But don't count out that, or discount that in a few years or next month things might change. For you.
It
They
does
really
change.
do.
Yeah. You have to, be prepared and know that, your body, and it's not about, a lot of times people feel like their partner gets upset because they feel like maybe they're not turning them on enough,
Yeah,
and that's why they're not
absolutely.
wet. And
Yeah.
it's not. No, that's not the case.
And again, that's about not having body shame and not
Right.
feeling bad about oh, well, my ex was so wet all the time
Right,
and you're not. And it's
exactly. I
right,
hate
because
that
I'm
people
not
are
your
comparing.
ex.
Exactly. Right,
Yeah.
right. And then nothing to do. I mean, know your ex. She's your ex or whatever. It's
Yeah.
Don't even bring that up. We're all
Yeah,
different.
we
so
are all different.
That's why with the toys it's so hard because I recommend something.
Yeah.
Like people do love the Jeju Mimi, which
Well, I
did,
mean,
right?
yeah,
That's
right.
a universal. But I'm saying
Yeah.
just because I love some people might not love
No,
everything.
and when
so,
I'm in the stores or even when I'm with friends or, anywhere, I always say, this is what I'm going to recommend to you, but what looks good to you? Because if it
Right.
doesn't look good to your eyes, then it might not be a fit because you have to be kind of attracted to it. You have to be like, that looks like a nice toy.
Right.
Oh, I can see how that would feel really good.
Right, exactly. And if you're okay, so what about back to the we did talk a little about the prostate. What about for just regular anal toy for men or for women not vibrating?
Well, I think that for a more of a plug like or kind of non-vibrating, the Booty from Fun Factory, the Don Juan from Pleasure Works. That's more of like a bead, which can be really fun. It's like 3 little olives stacked in a row.
Right.
And that's going to force some opening and closing of the anal muscles, and that can feel great. The booty's really cute because it's just itty bitty tiny.
Right.
And so I always recommend people start with it because what I have found is that people who are looking to experiment with any type of anal play, they'll be like, oh, I don't know. And then they get something small and they're like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's a good gateway. If you just want to, you're not ready for anal, speaking of anal sex, I have to ask you a question now that we talk about it. Is that anal sex is a good topic. I used to say when I was starting, I was like, anal's the new blowjob. I swear to God. Like, so everyone's like, what's trends in sex? I'm like, I just think it's anal. Like, everyone talks about anal. But now I think squirting is the new anal.
I feel like squirting was the new anal. I feel like we have.
I can't get away from it. Like,
everyone wants to know. I feel like anal is still coming into its own. I feel like it's in it's still, pegging is a lot like women penetrating their male partners. I feel like prostate pleasure, prostate health. I feel like you have a lot more products that are coming out for the anal market that are marketed to mainstream and that are quality. Because again, you can't just put anything in the anus because there is bacteria, just like any other part of the body. And so more quality products are coming out. Now, squirting, I feel like it's this mystery of the G-spot. And I think squirting almost has like a bad reputation of like, oh, you can't squirt. You should be able to squirt.
I know. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's from porn. People are seeing it. They're just like, what, can I squirt? Can you teach me how? Can I do it? Can I do it? It's like all the like wherever I go.
Yeah, and I feel like your answer should always be like, maybe.
Right. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Like, I can't say. I mean, you could try. And so
and how fun would that be? Again, sexploration. Like,
sexploration. Never stop sexploring by yourself or with your partner. That is just the bottom line in life because that's when it's all going to get boring for you and stagnant. And you're just going to watch a lot of TV. Not porn.
Don't judge. Nothing
wrong with watching TV. But you're not going to be doing anything else if you don't. Everything gets boring if you don't expand and try things like squirting. But what would you recommend if someone wanted to?
Right.
To try? Is there like a certain toy or fingers?
Fingers in the little come hither, point them towards you, push them in, point them towards you.
Right.
So
come hither motion.
Yes, come hither motion. I feel like with the whole exploration of the G-spot in general, the most important thing is to start out with that exploratory, we're going to explore because again,
just like that.
Yes, with the fist upward
No, but it's
motion.
funny because it is true. Like let's make it like a fun new thing that we're going to try together,
and not make it goal oriented. Because the last thing that anyone needs, whichever partner it is this like, well, did you squirt? Did you squirt? Did you squirt? Did you squirt? I didn't. And so the pressure is not what you want. You don't want pressure around accomplishing anything in sex. And so what I would recommend is from finger motion with a come hither motion. Does it feel good? Some women do not like G-spot pleasure or pleasure. They don't like G-spot pleasure. They don't like the pressure. It doesn't feel good to them. And so that's the first thing to figure out is, does it feel good to you? And then if it does, you can go into some toys like the Pure Wand is really great. It's a firm metal. It has the weight. It has the tugging, pulling.
I like the Pure Wand.
The G-Twist is a vibrating version. It has a lot of texture, so it's kind of doing grab, grab, grab,
those would be
grab,
some
grab,
good
grab.
toys to explore with that.
Absolutely.
Okay. I like that. All right, that's good.
It's all about
what about
exploring.
it's all about exploring and like never stopping. Okay, so what about now a lot of toys are waterproof.
Yeah.
Which is great because you could wear and use them in the
people really there are a lot of waterproof toys and a lot of splash-proof toys. And I think that people, if you're like a bath taker, you need waterproof because a lot of products are meant for like the shower because they're splash-proof so you can wash them.
Right.
And a lot of people really, that's enough. They just want to masturbate or have sex in the shower, and that's totally great. For folks who are like, no, I want this submerged in my bathtub, swimming pool, jacuzzi, they need to get completely sealed waterproof toys.
Okay, which one would you recommend?
There's so many. I mean, there's like the Jeju toys are waterproof, the WeVibe toys are waterproof, and there's just a ton of them out there. I mean, you can even get an inexpensive $20 vibrator that's waterproof these days.
Okay, I know that's so amazing that it's all changed so much.
It has,
right, guys?
Yeah, it is.
And there's one more thing that I do have to say, bocce people sitting here, Ken and Haley.
Sure.
this is what I failed to mention about your contest because we only have a few more minutes left. Is that we also I forgot to mention that they could look at the pictures in Instagram. Your Instagram handle, right?
That's the plan.
Bocce
we'll be sharing them
lingerie.
on Instagram.
I wanted to give out your Instagram handle.
Thank you.
People say handle still?
Sure.
Bocce lingerie. And then also it's your Twitter is Bocce Kiss.
Thank you.
And then, Facebook is facebook.com/Bocce brand for the contest.
Correct.
I just needed to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
wanted
much.
to say that.
Because I was like, I didn't want to say the wrong Facebook page.
But I have them all here.
I
and then I
appreciate
saw that I had them all here. There's a lot going on today.
There is.
But
because Veronica
I
would
think
punch me in the face when I got home.
No, I think it's great that you guys are on a mission to celebrate every woman and the brand, and that's what this is about, making women feel good. So we're gonna, and we'll be talking about it more in weeks to come.
Thank you.
So thank you. Okay, Coyote, we have a few minutes left. Like what our roundup? Like okay, so we're gonna be doing some video. Okay, so Coyote, we're doing videos.
So I'm here for a trade show. It's the Adult Novelty Manufacturers Expo where I get to go around with a bunch of other people and see the newest products that are being released. It's great because essentially we get to plan the next 6 to 8 months of our inventory.
Right.
There's a lot of great products being released. I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen a few that I cannot talk about, but they are beyond exciting.
Okay.
I saw one today that I think is going to really be great.
It's a whole new.
People. It's a whole new
Can
deal.
I see it? Will I be able to see it on Saturday? Because we do videos, so you guys got to check it out on my website and YouTube. We'll tweet it, all that stuff. And we've done a lot of videos.
We do.
In the past.
We have a good time doing videos.
Oh, Bocce booth. Yeah, we're coming there. We're going to come check out your booth. We'll do a video.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Oh, we're going to do some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a big sex weekend. So, I actually never have sex at these things, by the way.
Right,
I'm just
because
saying.
it's actually business.
Well, there's people around.
No big deal.
There's no one
it's
I
a
never,
public
I
place.
know, but you just think I'd be having, everyone's in the mood. There's toys, lingerie.
It's really just
I know,
widgets
I just think
at the end
people
of the day.
think people are
Sorry
always
to
assuming when I say
unsexy it, but it's like
widgets.
Tupperware. Yeah, totally.
I know. Toss, is that sad?
So
We're jaded?
just in brief, what people can look forward to, though, there is a product coming out next week that is app controlled and Wi-Fi. So you can control it over with an app.
Okay.
Or you can control
That's
it
so cool.
over the computer.
So
So long distance intimacy.
So if you're in a long distance relationship, your partner, you have the toy, your partner has the app, is controlling it, the speed.
Yeah,
the
and
motion.
it can be across the room, or they can be on a website across the country or across the world.
Okay.
So I think that's the future that we have to look forward to is increased intimacy, even no matter what the distance between people. So people who have partners who travel a lot, long distance love affairs, folks who are stationed elsewhere in the world. There's just a lot of great options for people coming down the line.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah, there's a lot of products that are coming out with apps. It's actually the new frontier.
Is
there's
it?
a ton. Yeah.
Okay, I've heard about it. I haven't seen
great.
it. I'm
It's going
excited
to
this
get
weekend.
harder and harder to rationalize cheating.
That's right.
With all this
That's
stuff.
right.
You'd be like, but we had the app, honey.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that with that strange woman. I could have pushed this button.
I
from
know,
over here.
exactly. Well,
And plus,
let's hope
there
it'll prevent
really
the
is no
cheating.
reason to cheat because you can have a million different ways to have sex and different sex lives. You can put on your sexy lingerie. You can
Exactly.
put on your sexy lingerie.
I can.
Anderson. And
I have a pair for you.
Yeah, we got some for Anderson.
There's a million different ways to be different
It's
people at
true.
different times and places. And
Exactly.
It's all about
you
that
should have fun with
sexploration.
this. Everyone
Absolutely.
Just be so don't be so uptight and keep doing it the same way over and over again. You just got to try it. We've talked about a lot today. It gave
We
people a lot of good
have,
ideas.
yeah.
So thank you, Coyote, for being on the show.
Thanks
and
for
everyone,
having me.
as they know, goodvibes.com. I can't say it enough. I know. And thank you, Bocce.com. And in coming weeks, we're going to have some sexy, amazing photos for you, including from my girls in the office, women.
Awesome.
Can girls, is it coming back? Can I say girls or is it still offensive?
I think they are younger.
Depends on who you
But
ask.
they are younger.
Yeah.
They're so
Yeah.
cute and girls, but
They
I
could
hope
be
they're not
your-
offended.
they're your
Are they
girls.
offended? Anderson, what are you looking at me? We got to go?
I didn't realize that girls is offensive. I call my
No,
mom
but
girl.
I think I like women's studies in college. Like you can't say girls.
Well,
It
I mean, I
sticks
was
with
walking
me.
down the street today over in the Santa Monica, and someone's like, "Hey, girls," and I'm like, "I turned."
You guys are such a pain in the ass.
I know.
Can I just say that?
Well, here,
It's
here.
like,
I
what, am
want
I
to be
old?
like,
No,
"Hey,
we're saying-
boys."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, winning. That
Balding.
voice is fine.
Really?
No, but girls, I
really.
feel like it's
Girls.
still. I still have like an issue.
I
I don't
do
know
too.
why. It's from. It's like left
Hey,
over from
lady.
college.
My wife has
That's
my
right.
wife has
Yeah.
an issue with
And
that.
Hey,
what
sexy
about
lady.
lady?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
ma'am.
lady.
Because when my assistants, they're writing and interns, they're like ladies. And I'm like, ladies feels like that's right.
I could be a lady.
I know I've emailed all of you and said hi, ladies, and I won't do that
but
anymore.
it doesn't bug me because I realized it was something in women's studies class that it was like ladies and women.
That's why people shouldn't go to school.
I agree.
Exactly.
I think that's the real moral of the story here.
I can be a
it's
lady,
cool.
I can be a woman, but I feel girl. I've not been a girl for a very long time.
I agree with you, Coyote.
I act like one, but I'm actually not
definitely
a girl.
act like
It's a
one.
Bummer. Okay, everyone. Anderson, what's up with you? How's your latest podcast this week?
Time to wrap it up, girls.
We're out. Okay, you don't want to say anything about your podcast? Fine.
Oh, yeah. Film Vault. What's up? And After Disaster. Everything's going good. We're
Okay,
obnoxious
good.
over there, just like I am here. Sorry.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
You're not too bad.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
everyone. Thanks so much for listening to Sex with Emily. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com. Okay, everyone, thanks for listening to the show. Fleshlight, the #1 sex toy for men. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could feel the pleasure of having sex anytime, even when you don't have a partner? The Fleshlight, the most popular sex toy for men. It simulates sensations of sex, and it was engineered to look and feel like the real deal. Many people even think it feels better than sex. Not that you won't want to have sex again, but it feels amazing. The Fleshlight Stamina Training Unit helps you last longer in bed and become a better lover, and then you'll experience some of the most mind-blowing orgasms of your life. And if you've ever fantasized about having sex with a porn star, you now can, because they've got fleshlights that are from Jenna Jameson, Jessica Drake, Asa Akira, Tara Patrick. They're available in a realistic flesh tone with the lotus texture. They have amazing textures. You just got to try them all. So go to sexwithemily.com/fleshlight to get your fleshlight now. That's sexwithemily.com/fleshlight.
Perhaps play a little game called Just a Tip. Just for a second, just to see how it feels.
Hey, this is Jordan Harbinger, host of the Art of Charm podcast, the #1 dating and relationship advice podcast in iTunes.
I'm Emily Morse, host of the Sex with Emily podcast, the #1 sex and relationship podcast on iTunes and at sexwithemily.com. And this is Just the Tip. Hey, Jordan, you know that couples that play together actually stay together?
What does that mean?
And there's a lot of sexy games you can play that will keep your sex life interesting. Just think about Truth or Dare. Didn't you love playing Truth or Dare when you were younger?
Sure, yeah.
So if you've never played this as a sex game, it could really make some titillating things happen.
I think
you could find out a lot.
boobs make Truth or Dare and pretty much any game a little bit more enticing.
Exactly. Right. What do you mean boobs make Truth or Dare more enticing? Why? So you can, whatever. You can talk about, is that good?
That was like the worst tip ever.
Okay, Jordan, do you know that couples that play together actually stay together?
I think I'm just going to leave this totally intact, by the way. So you go ahead.
Okay, good. There's sexy games you can play that keeps your sex life together, like an adult version of Truth or Dare.
Okay, what does that involve?
I mean, you could say something like, I want you to pick Truth or Dare, and then you could say, what's the #1 sex fantasy that you've had about me while you were masturbating, for example. And you could be like, I remember that time that you were giving me an amazing blowjob.
Right. You just be super honest with it.
Yeah, not that I gave you one.
Right, no,
But
no,
you
no.
might fantasize about me giving you one, but I haven't given you one.
As far as you know, that's never happened.
Did I give you a blowjob? No. Okay. So you can also, talk about your fantasies. You can just, you can play strip Monopoly for all I care. Just have some fun.
That sounds extremely boring, but I think the other ones sound a little more promising.
I think you're right.
If you guys want to learn more from the Art of Charm about dating, relationships, and even networking for business, visit us at theartofcharmpodcast.com or check us out on iTunes and follow me on Twitter at The Art of Charm.
And check out the Sex with Emily podcast at sexwithemily.com and on iTunes if you want to have the best sex of your life, that is. Also, follow me on Twitter at sexwithemily.
Buying a car can be such a stressful experience, but TrueCar is changing car buying forever. TrueCar actually helps car buyers get rid of the fear that they might overpay, and that fear is the worst. Last month, over 45,000 cars were sold by the TrueCar Certified Dealer Network, and TrueCar.com users save an average of $3,046 off MSRP. So, when you're ready to buy a car, you just gotta follow these 3 easy steps that if you want to save money. First, go to TrueCar.com and find out what other people paid for the car you're looking for. Then register at TrueCar.com to see upfront pricing information, and then you lock in your savings. Third step, totally simple. All you do is you print out your TrueCar savings certificate, and then you take it to the TrueCar certified dealer for a better, hassle-free car buying experience. Who doesn't want that? Some features not available in all states, and every day TrueCar.com users receive negotiation-free, guaranteed savings. Save time, save money, and never overpay. Why would you do that? Visit TrueCar.com today. That's TrueCar.com.